All right, everybody. I'm going to go over the vocab that we're going to use pretty much every day for the whole year, and you'll probably use it for all the years after this as well. The most basic components of math are things like numbers, like 42, and letters, like X and Y. These are called constants and variables. So we're more familiar, I think, with the fact that letters are called variables. Numbers are called constants. So, numbers are called constants because their value is constant. It never changes. Letters are called variable because we don't know what their value is yet. It could be anything. And so the value of these letters is variable. Now, if we combine numbers and letters in any way at all, using multiplication or division, so remember that if things are right next to each other without any math operation in between, that's multiplication. And if there's a fraction bar, that's division. So if it's just multiplication and division, these are called terms. Now, numbers by themselves and letters by themselves can also be terms, as long as there's no addition or subtraction there between it and other terms. So this is called a term. I talked about math operations. Let me go ahead and write those down. So there are 4 math operations, and you might remember them from the order of operations. So the 4 math operations are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. And in your vocab, in the very first chapter, it talks about inverse operations. This is in section 1.1. The inverse operations just means the opposite of the operation. So the inverse operation to addition is subtraction, because that is its opposite. The opposite of subtracting is adding. So the inverse operation for multiplying is dividing, and the inverse operation for dividing is multiplying. Not too bad, right? So these are paired together as equal and opposite. And these are called operations, math operations. And inverse operations. Now, we're going to build a little bit bigger on this. So we've talked about using terms. So if I have like 2x, but now I'm going to put a plus in between it, plus 3y, but there's still no equal sign, this is called an expression. So sometimes your assignment will say simplify the expression. An expression does not have an equal sign, but you can have multiplication, division, and addition and subtraction. So that's an expression. Then, if I have 2x plus 4 equals 8, there's now an equal sign, and so this is called an equation. See that equation. And that equate is going to be really important for this. So an expression has no equal sign, but an equation does. And these are the most basic building blocks that we use for all of math. So keep that in mind. Come back and watch it again whenever you need to.